So what I have here is a bunch of random crap. I'm just going to explain real quick. I was watching a Philip DeFranco video, and he had his wife on, and they were talking about pregnancy cravings because she's having a baby. This isn't a spoiler, he announced it. And one of the things... Oh, those knives are dirty as fuck. One of the things she mentions... It's because I don't have a dishwasher. One of the things she mentioned is that she didn't really have a craving, but one thing she ate was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with Cinnamon Toast Crunch on it. And A, I think that sounds amazing. B, we're all gonna try one because I decided why the hell not. So, you also like crunchy? You're right next to me. Perfect. Hold that. You two have the lame-ass peanut butter.
Creamy is the best.
Creamy buddies!
Oh, hang on.
Oh yeah, be creamy buddies. Put that on the
Strawberry.
Okay, so my wife is pregnant, and
you're gonna show her this sandwich?
No, but one of her cravings is weird. She'll...
Ew! I already know what you're gonna say!
Well, she'll have ice cream. Doesn't matter what kind of ice cream.
Oh no, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
But she likes the Neapolitan chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or the Half Moon, just chocolate and vanilla. And so she'll eat that, and then she'll follow it up with dill pickles. And then another thing she does is she'll take peanut butter.
I don't want to be
and my son picks on her all the time.
Well, we don't want that either. But
she'll take a spoon and just dig it in and...
What?
And he'll laugh hysterically at it.
That actually sounds good, though.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that. I'm a big fan of peanut butter. Man, this is dirty.
It's just water. I have shitty water. It's water spots. That's all it is, really.
Also, he says...
Kyle, when we're done, Happy Christmas.
Awesome.
Yeah, for the internet out there who, A, does not want to watch us make sandwiches, Kyle here eats cereal. And I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say because everybody eats cereal, but Kyle eats almost exclusively cereal and can have 3 meals a day of...
He can't get the bag open. I'm just like, what? He can't get the bag open.
He will have 3 meals a day of just cereal. So... That's why I offer this to him.
He's still getting it back.
You know what? You smell like shit.
Thank you.
You got the knife on that thing?
No.
I give you a knife.
What did it?
I give you...
Damn
there
it,
was 3 knives. Shut up.
This suck a lot.
This is wheat bread?
Yeah.
Are you...
What are you trying to poison
I'm
me?
trying to do this semi-healthy thing. I don't know.
You're going
He says as we shove cereal inside of our sandwiches.
I know, but no, lately I've been doing this a lot. Like, I'm getting like low fat, I got kielbasa to do rice and beans and shit, and I got like the low fat kielbasa, and I've been doing like the light salad dressing. Shut up. You know what? I'm getting fat and old, so I need to eat better.
Did you ever
You
finish
only live
the
once.
cereal story that you were going to?
No, but you go ahead, because I apparently have to focus on what I'm doing.
Okay, well, he's going to post the picture because we do have it. And one of his...
I want your knife. I want the jelly.
Picture's going to be over me, so they can't see what I'm doing right now, because I've never struggled so hard just to make a fucking sandwich.
At one of his old apartments.
I'm like, we're all like kind of squished in here. Like I have no, like I'm used to like doing this when I have a sandwich, like flapping like a bird. When I'm making a sandwich, like have all this.
Why?
I didn't, like I'm not over exaggerating, but like.
I doubt that.
Like when you
but you're honest.
look at like this feels natural. Like here, we're going into the jelly.
It's
like
not.
This, it feels natural.
It's not though. Okay, just make your sandwich so we can tell a story.
Like how often do you notice? How often do you notice where your arm is when you're making jelly? But this
I would
feels
notice if I
like
was doing
this. Like going like this, I feel like I'd be better off driving the Crazy Kart. You know, making this sandwich that I am
if I was
sitting
doing
here on
the
the
chicken
couch
dance while making the sandwich, I'd notice.
So back to the story. One of Dean's old apartments, he didn't have very good seating. So, and his bathroom was like inside his bedroom.
Put the jelly on the bread!
And
I'm putting it over here.
So I had a bowl of cereal, but because there was no seating, I had to go into the bathroom and sit on the toilet and have my cereal. So I go in there with the box and the bowl and the milk, and I just sit down, and there I am eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, they're all forged.
So he will put the picture up for you. It's definitely...
Come on, you couldn't have pulled a Tim and drawn this story out. Which, by the way, hysterical fact for all of you. This fucker who never talks when he tells a story, we'll go off on more tangents than I do.
Not possible.
And, no, believe me, you know it is.
I know it is.
He will take a 2-minute story and spend 30 minutes explaining it and never even get to the damn point because he loses track of where he was.
It was pretty good earlier.
Yeah, that was the first time in your life you told a story and got to the fucking point. I seriously wanted to give you a hug. I was so proud.
So do you think there's like an acceptable ratio? See, look, I'm even doing this, I'm like over here and I didn't even realize it until I was really paying attention. I wonder if there's like an acceptable ratio of cereal to jam and
who cares? It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, I wish you would have elaborated because I am curious, like, what kind of jelly too? I was thinking about, like, I actually made a conscious decision to...
I think strawberry jelly would work better than grape.
That is strawberry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's what I'm saying. Strawberry jelly.
That's what I figured. I think strawberry would fit more with like the cereal kind of deal.
Probably because as much as I
Do you have enough, or are you?
Oh, you got yours already.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if he was done. Yeah.
As much as I like apple jelly, it probably wouldn't go with the meal too much. I don't think. Do I have to wait for you?
Apple and cinnamon.
Yes.
Apple and cinnamon would work, and then the peanut butter. I think that's a natural.
Oh, actually, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Okay. Question for all of you on the internet because we just had this argument.
But I think
don't eat yet.
No, I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm saying the strawberry jelly I think is a more like the apple would have been too hidden, like the flavors go well together. I think strawberry.
Well, apple jelly is very subtle, anyways.
Yeah.
I think the strawberry. I don't know how to talk like a food critic or anything because I just like shoving food in my face.
Yeah.
Expelling it from the other end of me.
Okay, so for those of you on the internet watching this, apparently you have your homework set out for you as far as our comments go. Peanut butter, creamy or crunchy? Because these two fools think creamy is the better kind.
Peter Pan with the honey.
Which is ridiculous, because that's garbage, and us two with the intelligence know that crunchy is by far the superior peanut butter. So,
I'm not...
fucking take it.
I like crunchy
down
peanut
below
butter.
and let us know what y'all think.
I like crunchy peanut butter. The Peter Pan with the honey, I think I don't know if they still do it, but last I checked, they did the creamy and the crunchy with the honey.
Ooh.
And I like both of them. It's just whatever mood I'm in, but
Yeah, I'm not
more
against
naturally,
crunchy peanut butter.
I tend to go creamy.
Okay, another food question, because he's slow.
Come on, Tim, I'm dying here.
How do y'all feel about the butt of the bread, the end with just all the crust?
I was just about to ask you that, because I see you have that, and most people would like bypass the end of the bread.
No, I prefer...
Or flip it over.
No, personally, I think that's the best part. I prefer the ends. Like, a sandwich with just the two ends is perfect for me. Likewise, if I'm doing, like, garlic toast, you know, you take toast, some butter, and, like, garlic salt, I always take the ends. That's the best one, because it's crunchier. It's better. Okay, everyone good? Sandwiches? Alright, so this is the first of our food challenges, and next time we're still going to do, like, the cockroaches and that shit, so it'll get weird, but for now, something kind of safe.
He talks all the time, you know.
Fine, eat your fucking sandwich.
Amazing!
Yeah, I'm on board. You can actually taste the crunch too, like the cinnamon shit. The word, fuck, man. Those things.
So, a second unreliable review. Peanut butter jelly and cinnamon toast crunch, even on wheat bread, is good.
Yeah, Lindsay DeFranco. Thank you.
Well, it's not as cinnamony as I thought it would be. Like the cinnamon toast crunch by itself, I can really taste the cinnamon, but when you mix it in with all this other stuff, it's still good, but it's not as cinnamony as I thought it was going to be. Like, I would add probably a little bit more cinnamon into it.
I think you would taste it more if you took the peanut butter out. I think the peanut butter kind of neutralizes it. If it was just the cereal and the jelly, I think then you'd really taste it.
Well, what if you were to...
Also, it wouldn't stick to the bread then, but...
I'm really enjoying the softness of the bread. Biting into it and getting to that really crunchy in the middle. Like, usually I don't like really crunchy food.
That's why we have crunchy peanut butter! I'm just saying.
Like when you were saying you like the really crunchy, like you like the end of the bread because of the, you know, that really good crunch for like a garlic toast or something. I'm not into that. I like my garlic toast like just barely hard. Like I like my toast like really light.
No, especially because with garlic toast, a tangent now again, but I guess I do that a lot.
But I like the crunchy in here. I like the complement or the contrast of the soft and the crunchy when you get into it.
For garlic toast, though, how do you do it soft? Like, I have to do it crispy, especially because if you don't toast it enough, the butter just makes the bread soggy. It might be because I don't like butter, But I think that is so gross.
I think this is. I've always imagined this would be like what it'd be like eating a person. Like if you were to just bite into someone's arm and like get skin and bone in there, or like you get the soft first and you get into the crunchy. You ever thought about that?
No, but to throw some science at you, because this is just something I happen to know. You can break skin with your teeth. Like, you could very easily bite through your finger. You can actually bite through your entire finger. But your brain forces you not to out of self-preservation. Like, your body says, no, don't do this. This is bad for us. You can't do this. But if you were to just take a finger and actively say, no, fuck you, and bite it off, you easily could. Straight through it.
I've always wondered that because I've bitten down on my finger and like really tried to like puncture, just at least puncture skin, and I really couldn't. Like you could leave a really bad bruise and a mark and have it hurt real bad, but I've never been able to puncture skin by like either with my nail or like my teeth, because I've always wondered that.
You've never had good sex then.
Well,
you get a girl, she's got her nails down your back, you bite her on the shoulder, you both draw blood. Amazing! I'm sorry, by the way.
I thought we were talking about. I thought we were
all the
talking
people
about, like,
that are going to watch this.
I thought we were talking about
have to work with me or related
you can't do
to
it to
me.
yourself.
No, you can't.
I understand for someone.
It's
I understand for someone else. Sure, no problem. I've stabbed a woman before, but.
Well, you learn something new every day. I, for one, am a little uncomfortable right now, sitting next to a cannibal and a vampire.
5th grade. Actually, it was pretty much most of through middle school. Actually, I think after high school, she disappeared. Now we're gonna bleep out the name, but you guys remember?
Yes.
Horrible, terrible person. She's like the worst person in the whole world that I can ever think of. And I got stuck sitting next to her in 5th grade, and she would. This one day we're taking a test, and she would like pretend she was drawing on my back with her pen. I knew she wasn't, but it was just bugging me because we were taking a test. So I had this fresh pencil, freshly sharpened pencil. I just couldn't take it anymore, and I literally reached over. She was sitting like right there to my left. I stabbed the pencil into her leg as hard as I could, and I broke off the end of it into her leg. She's screaming bloody murder. There's a pencil literally sticking out of her leg. Blood's coming out everywhere. And
there's no pencils.
And the teacher sends her to the nurse's office. I come out to the hall and she talks to me like, "What the heck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I just couldn't take it anymore." And she was like, "Yeah, no, I understand because everybody says this girl was just horrible. She was a horrible person." And nobody,
she was a whore.
Nobody felt bad for me doing that to her at all. To this day, I still don't feel bad doing it. I only got 1 day's detention because I was supposed to be suspended. The teacher was like, "I'm supposed to suspend you. You're supposed to get 1 week suspension, and you go through this whole big rigmarole, and all that. But we're only going to give you 1 day's detention because we know.
We know she sucks.
We have to do something to you, but it's only going to be 1 day detention." I'm like, "Okay, fine."
We can't throw a party.
She asked me, actually, before she told me that, the teacher, she said, do you, so are you sorry about what you did? And I was going to say no. But I figured, you know what, I better play along and say, yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That was back when you still had a filter.
I feel sorry. I didn't. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then she said, yeah, we're only going to give you 1 day's detention. I'm like, okay, what the heck? I would have lived with anything she never bugged me again. I don't even think I saw her again after that.
Okay, speaking of nurse's office, because I love stories now. Also, I apologize for how much I ramble. I didn't realize it until now.
That's why I said it's not possible.
It's because I used to live with this fucker and he doesn't talk, so I'm used to having to talk for 2 people.
Silence is good.
Fuck you. So, what were we talking about? Nurse's office. Okay. Do you remember the time we were in class together? It was health class. He remembers.
Oh.
Okay, so
vividly.
There are some of you out there who might be able to sympathize and kind of get on this train. See, I have a bad reaction to needles. I know I showed off the tattoos before and whatever, but the first one I got, I literally fainted while getting it. So needles for me do not work. I can't get shots, blood drawn, anything. It's ridiculous. I probably could now. I've gotten more used to it after all the tattoos, but for the longest time, I could not do needles at all. It's weird. It's not blood, it's not the pain, I don't know what it is. The needles for me are just a weird thing. They just fuck me up.
So don't apologize, it's really common.
And so we're in health class, and I don't know why I went on that tangent, because this actually nothing to do with needles, but for some reason it's the same thing for me. And we had to watch the birth video, where they actually show you someone giving birth. And like the video does not cut away. This is not like safe for TV special. This is, here's a vagina, watch something far too big to come out of it, come out of it. And I do not know why, but that video, that hit me the same way. Actually, you know what it was like? Faces of Death. It was the same reaction that watching Faces of Death had on me. Because I'm watching it, and there's a part in that where they're in the morgue, and the guy's at a dead body, and they have the skin rolled down from the face so they can do the autopsy. And the dude takes the skin and just rolls it right back up. And oh my god, like even talking about it, just, it makes me feel weird. But the first time I watched that video, gone, like a light, just out. I remember bouncing my head off a toilet after that, actually. Even
before the video, he was woozy. He was like, when he knew it was coming.
I told the teacher it was going to happen.
He knew it was coming, and he was like down on his desk. Oh no.
But see,
like, that's the thing too. Like, I was just over here. I couldn't focus on the video because he was sitting to my left. And I was just laughing my butt off because it was just the funniest thing watching him react to the video.
Well, the teacher, too, thought I was faking until she saw my face, because I've been told, too, I've never seen it, obviously. People tell me I literally turned, like, green. I want to see that. But apparently I turned this weird shade of, like, pale green, and I just sweat profusely. That I'm aware of. I can tell, because I just, like, wet. I'm just sweating, I'm green, and I tell her, I don't remember what the hell I said, but something along the lines of, I need to not do this anymore. And I remember you and the girl that sat on the other side of me, whose name I won't say because video, had to like drag me to the nurse's office. Which I actually don't remember you two getting me to the nurse's office, or anything that happened there, or how much of the class I missed. I just remember I was watching the video, and I had to stop watching the video, and I don't even know really what happened after that.
Yeah, I remember.
That's my story.
You know, I remember being in the classroom. I remember watching and laughing at you as we were watching the video. I remember you leaving. I don't remember if I had to go with you to the nurse's office.
Oh, no, the two of you did. Because I remember distinctly...
I don't remember that part.
I remember at least part of it. I don't know how we got down the stairs.
I just remember the good part, laughing my butt off at him going crazy.
I do not know how we got down the stairs, but I remember the two of you had to half escort, half carry me. Yeah, it was a... So that's a thing in my life, apparently.
I have no problem with Faces of Death.
I don't know how you made it through that thing. I mean, most of it I'm okay with, but there were a couple scenes, especially that one, just whoa! They make me... By the way, for those of you that don't know what Faces of Death is, you're never going to see it. It was... I don't even know if it was legal at the time, but it's a snuff film. A documentary guy... What do they call it?
Documentarian?
Yeah. I was going to say that, I wasn't sure it was a word, but that. One of those guys filmed real videos of people dying in different ways. Like, there's someone being electrocuted, and you actually see their skin, like, the hair all singes and burns off, and at one point, they put tape over the eyes because the eyes explode, and you see, like, it pop against the tape, and then, like, the stuff just drools out. It's insanely graphic and intense, and going into it, you know it's all real. Like, you know for a fact this is actual footage. These people are alive when the camera starts, and they die as you watch. And it just, part of it is that big mind fuck. But then it's incredibly graphic. He does not cut away. And he does it in the name of science. Like, he wants it to be a study of death. He wants people to kind of get acclimated and get used to death and be, you know, involved and actually see it. Just, like, I guess they would make, like, medical students or people like that watch it. Like, it was a way to kind of understand death a little more. So I understand the purpose it kind of served. But at the same time, I definitely agree with them banning them. Because they are very illegal in this country. I had to order from a whole nother country. And I don't even think I have the DVDs anymore, which is probably good because I probably shouldn't anyway. But just watching them, it's a creepy thing to watch. It's really crazy.
So
if you look them up online.
So did these people volunteer to die?
I don't think they volunteered. Well, like the guy that was electrocuted, he was in prison and he was executed.
It's more of like just like there's one where they're picketing or whatever, and a lady decides to set herself on fire to make her point.
Yeah,
it's more like
human immolation.
Yeah.
It's not that they like decided, yes, I'll die on camera. It's that he knew ahead of time there's a high likelihood or 100% likelihood someone is going to die. I'm going to be there with my camera.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's footage of, like, people clubbing baby seals. Or, I think that's where the video that sometimes they'll still show in, like, different, like, health classes. Or sometimes in, like, PETA campaigns of cows being koshered. Where they slit the neck open and just let them bleed out and, like, do crazy shit like that. Like, some of it's really intense. The ones with the animals get me way more, too. Like, they had one on there that was a dog fight, and I could not do that. Because I love dogs more than anything. I've always had dogs. I love them to death, and I cannot watch that.
I have trouble with animal cruelty. There's this movie on Netflix. It's called Blackfish, and it's about killer whales. And
No. You do not want to get into Blackfish with me here, because Blackfish is a big pot of steaming garbage lies that has been twisted around to make them sound... You do not want to get me started on Blackfish.
Well, a lot of documentaries are one-sided, so they will
even the people
information in their favor. But let's not go into the Blackfish rant, because we don't need to, and it'll turn the internet against us anyway. But
I agree. Yeah, animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Terribly, terribly wrong. Kill all the humans you want, but leave the animals alone, please.
Exactly.
They don't deserve it.
It's the Independence Day thing. There's the scene in the movie where everyone everywhere is dying. But the dog gets away, and you're okay with it. You're like, yes, dog! You don't care that 100 people just died on screen because that one dog made it. But no, I was going to say, people on fucking Facebook, and I hope the people that do that are watching this so you can know, fuck you. They take the pictures of animal cruelty and put it on their page as a way to say, hey, this is why you shouldn't be cruel to animals. But what you don't understand is, everyone who sees that picture either already agrees with you and doesn't want to see a picture of a nearly dead, horribly abused animal, or B, is of the mindset to do that and will not be bothered by it. So not only are you not changing anyone's mind, but you're offending most of the people that see it. So stop being a dick and don't post those fucking pictures.
You're depressing the piss out of me.
Seriously.
That's all about all it is. It just depresses me. Like, I understand, like, your need to, like, I want to share this because it's wrong. Yeah, maybe if I share it, someone else will want to share it. And maybe it can inspire someone to, do something, volunteer at an animal shelter or whatever, something, I don't know. But the only reason I don't like it is just because it makes me sad. Yeah. The Sarah McLachlan commercial with the dogs, and oh, that's sad.
See,
that's
it's the same kind of thing. I see
those
the third world children.
Yeah.
I don't care. Shit. No,
I don't care.
For 90 cents a day, I can get a muffin. Fuck those kids. But as soon as you show those dogs, I'm like, I have to go to the shelter and adopt 7 dogs right now. Every time.
Yep.
Which, by the way, y'all have pets. All of you have pets.
Yeah, Tim's seen my 2 dogs today.
Rescues?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Do you guys usually get pets from like a person, or do you rescue?
We've done both. We have a good mixture of both.
Well, yeah, I know a couple. Well, at least one of yours has come from me, but
yeah.
Yeah, our cat Zoe, we got 2 years ago. Well, almost 2 years ago. She just turned 2. She was a rescue cat. If we didn't adopt her the weekend that we did, she would have been put down, euthanized the following week.
Aside from hating me, she's a good cat.
I have.
She's cute. She's a cute cat.
My younger brother, he rescued a dog from a family that was abusive to the dog, and I was babysitting his daughter. One day, the dog was in the house, and I was just petting the dog, and the dog has this, predisposition to men, and hands near his face, and he just went off on me, and I think, I can't see with my glasses on. You can see right there, you can see like a scar right there.
Mm-hmm.
But there used to be a whole bunch more, and like my hands were he really fast snapped, and he was all over my hands, and he tore up my arms, and. To this day, I don't blame the dog.
Yeah.
It's not the dog's fault. I don't feel anything, against the dog. It's the people that turned the dog into what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the same thing happened to me. That scar right there, and it goes all the way up to here, and then there's a couple more on the knuckle that you can't really see well, but same deal. There was a dog, and it was eating. And I didn't think anything of it. I was younger at the time, and I went to pet it. And the dog, I guess, was another one that I think it came from a place where it was being abused or it was malnourished, and they wouldn't feed it. So when I had food, it would get very protective and wouldn't, like, it was not okay with anyone going near it while I was eating food. And just as a kid, you don't think about it, and I was petting the dog, and the same thing happened. It just turned and bit me, but I never held it against the dog, and I don't even remember who it was that had the dog. But, like, they weren't even upset with the dog. Like, why would you pet him? He's eating, you know, don't touch him. It's not... And yeah, I was always okay with that, because, you know, you understand that's how it is. Like, some people mess with these animals, and you just kind of have to get them through it.
Well, and I mean, yeah, you really can't be mad at the dog for that. Me, personally, I don't like being fucked with while I'm eating.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was never malnourished. I had great parents. But, don't fuck with me while I'm eating.
Yeah.
That's my time.
But yeah, no, I've always rescued. I know. My next dog, too, will be when I finally get another one. But like, you all know Jake, my Rottweiler.
Absolutely.
I was actually going to the shelter we had gone the week before to pick out a puppy. And we found it was a cute little puppy, adorable. I think it was like a chocolate lab mix or something. And so we were going back to get it. We had already done the paperwork. We were ready. That was the dog we were going to get. And as we're there, I overheard someone saying that there's this dog we're going to have to put down. And they were talking about this Rottweiler because he was a dangerous breed. He'd been there too long. He was like between 1.5 years and 2 years already, so he was getting kind of older to where he's not even the cute puppy stage anymore. Mm-hmm. And in that instant, when they said they're going to put him down, I'm like, no, I'll take him. And I adopted him that day. One of the greatest dogs I've ever had. Not only is he's cute, he's amazingly friendly, but we've had, I think, 4 different kids growing up around that dog. 2 of them live with him now, and they climb on him, chew on his ears, pull his tail, ride him through the halls. He's never attacked any of them. He is the most well-behaved dog. Like, I think a lot of breeds like that, like Rottweilers and stuff, get bad raps, but really, I've never seen him be harmful or anything. I had a Greyhound that was way more aggressive than my Rottweiler has ever been.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie was, I think he was, you know,
a Husky, yeah.
A better behaved dog. Eddie Van Halen. I loved Eddie, I miss him.
Yeah, me too. It was actually really sad how that all went down. But, yeah, for the internet out there, I had a dog. It was my Husky, Eddie Van Halen, and he was a great dog. Another one I rescued as a shelter from a really young age. And one night, he was living with my mother. I was living in the apartment I'm in now, and I'm not allowed to have dogs. So he was staying with my mother. She's out in the country, way more room for him to run. It was better that way. But one night, I guess, he was getting older, and he would occasionally like start to get sick or whatever, and one night he just wandered off. And we never found him after that. And eventually realized that a lot of dogs, toward the end of their life, if you watch Marley and Me, you'll understand, but toward the end of their life, they kind of wander off so they don't have to be around other people when they die. So they don't, you know, share the infection or death or whatever. They just kind of go off to do it alone and let things happen. And unfortunately he did, so we never actually found him or got to do any of that, because usually we'd bury all the animals. You've seen all my other pets are buried in Mom's yard. But no, he was the greatest dog. He's actually, one of the next tattoos I'm going to get is a paw print on the back of my leg for him, because, yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah.
And now it's all sad and depressing.
So, maybe we'll pep it up a little bit. We had mentioned before Best of Craigslist, and I did bring my laptop with some of the funnies that I have stolen from there, because it's just too damn funny. So, I am going to read a couple of them to you while the slowest eater in the world finishes his
I'm just going to go
sandwich.
put this in the kitchen, because I will be here for 9 hours.
I have yet to see
Put
this.
that on
What
the
is it called?
They're just Craigslist funnies. Remember we were talking about Best of Craigslist?
Best of Craigslist.
Yep, if you go to
I remember them
Yeah.
talking about it. I've never.
Well, you go on Craigslist and
I've been on Craigslist, but I've never really seen anything that was funny.
Funny, yeah.
He knows all the ad I placed for a room when I went to the convention.
Yeah, they're few and far between, but I mean, once you do see one, there's a vote for, and if it gets enough votes, then it'll be posted.
Mine actually got quite a few votes for that. I was surprised.
Yeah. So this one is actually the first one I ever saw, and all of these I was with Dean when I was reading them, and we were just laughing hysterically. And I'm going to read it with some inflection because it's just funny that way. So it's entitled, Get the Big Black Typewriter You've Been Craving. I know what you're thinking. My God, what wonderful thing have I done to deserve such luck? Well, you must have been a good boy or girl because I have, at this very moment, a big black typewriter, and I'm willing to let you steal it away from me at the best of all prices. Free! The big black typewriter in question is a purebred 100% genuine IBM Correcting Selectric 2, featuring a large black case, QWERTY keyboard, and light protective coating of dust. Also included is an electrical cord, presumably for plugging into a wall outlet. The typewriter is in nearly pristine condition because, seriously, who uses a typewriter? As a bonus, I'll throw in the fact that I have no idea if it works, which means that you, yes you, can have the heady feeling of anticipation. Will it or won't it turn on? Be the one to make the exciting discovery. Own this icon of archaic technology now for 3 easy payments of nothing, never. Simply stop by our office to claim your new, used Big Black typewriter. This is a limited time offer, so hurry down. The typewriter will be distributed on a first come first served basis, and don't call to ask me to hold it for you. If I wanted you to call, I'd have given you my number. Good luck.
First off, I have to say, you were surprisingly articulate.
Oh, thank you.
I would have stuttered through that whole thing and still messed up half those words. I've never been able to read out loud.
No?
Like, I read excessively, constantly, but reading out loud, I could never, I don't know why.
Well, I have kids, so my wife and I, we kind of, you know. And the next one that I'm going to read, and it's the last one, because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me tell stories for shit that you can go on and look up yourselves. This one's entitled, To My Cockroach Ex-Wife. Dear Whore of Lucifer, I have recently enrolled in a 12-step program for people whose lives were decimated and finances ruined by lawyer bills when their spouses filed for divorce after finding someone else to fucking run off with. I'm currently up to step 8, willingness to make amends. As such, I apologize for the following recent transgressions. Told the drunk at the bar who wanted a red-headed slut that he's more than welcome to you if that general contractor douchebag is done with you. Annoyed the staff at several hospitals by calling to see if they had any fresh organ donors on hand with a heart suitable to replace your cold dead one. Demanded a refund from Southwest Airlines because I tried to get you on one of their planes, but they refused to let my bag fly free as advertised in their TV commercials. You spoke too soon. Scribbled your cell number in the stall of the John at the bar at the American Legion post down the street with an offer of free prostate exams for all veterans 65 and older. Told by neighborhood U.S. Marine Corps recruiter that I knew the exact location of the dank, hopeless cave Osama bin Laden was hiding in, and provided the GPS coordinates to your pants. Lit several offering candles at your church with prayers that karma would hurry its ass up and come around to you while I was still alive to see it. For these things, my dear handmaiden of Satan,
a few people too.
I make my amends. I'd still love to see your head squeezed in a vice until your eyeballs squirt out of their sockets, but I have to go along with the program. So, those are just a couple of the posts on Best of Craigslist. Definitely, if you have 6 to 8 weeks of time at your disposal that you have absolutely nothing going on, go on there and read some of them. They're absolutely hilarious. I actually went on today because we were talking about it and I was thinking of it, and there's been a few recently that were just hysterical. So those ones are from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago when we discovered that.
Yeah, I like the second one. The first one was eh.
Yeah.
Some are better than others.
I've seen some similar ones like on Amazon, like the big 5-pound bag of gummy bears and like the comments that people
By
leave.
the way, I tried to get one of those so that we could all try it because I hear that outcome is unavoidable. And I thought that would make a great video. Not the after effects, obviously, but up until when we're all like, oh shit. They've discontinued that, and it is now impossible to find. I found one site of a couple people that ordered it, kept it, and are still selling them. But the bag that used to be $10 is now like $97.
Wow, that's insane.
And I'm not paying $100 just to make a shit. I can buy Metamucil.
No, that's insane though, because I was watching Turn last weekend, and there was a commercial for it. Turn is the version of the first spy ring during the American Revolution and everything. It recently took over the spot for where Walking Dead was. It's actually interesting if you can follow along with it. But I saw a commercial for those. What were they?
Well, it's not those same ones though, because those were the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. And they don't make them like that anymore. Because apparently the sugar substitute they used also happens to be a severe diuretic.
Oh, no kidding.
To the point where if you eat like 5...
So the company and the product still exists, just a different kind.
Yeah, Haribo is still like the biggest maker of gummy things in the world.
Because I did want to try those.
Yeah, I saw those ads, and it wasn't just the one review, it was everyone. And I'm like, oh, this would be the greatest thing to do with my friends.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think of crazy shit, and every time I hear something like stupid or dangerous, I'm like, oh, the 4 of us should do that.
We should try that.
Let's eat gummies and poop together. Yeah, friendship.
Some of my ideas were great. Like, let's face it, that Crazy Kart race, that's going to be astounding when we film that. Which, by the way, following this video, we're also going to post a video of our adventures with the Crazy Kart earlier today. So hopefully that will amuse all of you.
It did us. We had a blast.
Immensely. Also, though, like skydiving, I really think the 4 of us should all go. I know personally it's something I've wanted to do forever.
Yep.
I know you sometimes get apprehensive with heights, but
no.
But when we climbed that radio tower, yeah, okay. All of a sudden the story changes. But no, I always thought that would be astounding to do, and I really think we should all do that. Like I said, eating cockroaches or some weird food, like sushi where they have the octopuses where they're not cooked and the tentacles still stick to you. No, it'll be disgusting. I hate seafood, but it would be interesting to try. Also, Red Robin, if I can get them to let us set the camera up, now has burgers made with, I can't remember the actual name of them, but those really, really hot, the hottest peppers that you can eat. They make 2 different burgers using those. And I think that would be really interesting to try.
Well, I would not eat that, so you would be...
Well, I mean, just try a bite. I'm not saying it's going to be amazing, and you're welcome to not enjoy it. It'd probably make a better video.
We suffer for their entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. If it was legal, I'd say we all just flog each other, but,
Well, seeing as how we're talking about food chains, Golden Corral, they have deep fried bacon, and if you guys have not experienced it, it's amazing. It's just bacon that's breaded and deep fried for breakfast. It's amazing.
Oh, it's a breakfast thing.
Yeah.
You know what would be good?
I've never been to Golden Corral for breakfast, so...
Yeah, you have to go and try it. It's the whole reason I go, is for the deep fried bacon.
See, what I think would be good, if they would, chicken fry it. I don't know what that actually means, but you know how they have food and it's chicken fried. That's what they call it, chicken fried steak or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That, and then actually put the peppercorn gravy on it. It'd be so good. I'm going to have a foodgasm. That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, it is chicken fried.
I'm just sitting here trying not to explode because it's
beans are getting to you, aren't they?
It's
For those of you who did not hear, a very hilarious comedian passed away by the name of John Pinette, and if you haven't seen any of his specials, please watch them. They're freaking hilarious.
I'll link to one of them in the comments.
Yes, please do. Because, he's just amazing, and very sad to hear that he is the next comedian to pass. And hang out with all the other dead ones. Carlin, Jenny.
Kinnison, Hedberg.
Yeah. Now we can find a way to
Wait,
end it.
Jenny? Who's Jenny?
Richard Jenny. He was,
in The Mask?
He was in The Mask. He was Charlie. You know
The friend?
Yes.
Oh.
He also had, I think 4 different stand-up specials.
3 HBO ones for...
Wow.
Well, he said Jenny, and all I could think of was Jenny. I'm going through my head Jenny
Tommy
Craig?
Trudeau.
Jenny Craig? And I got locked into Jenny Craig. I'm like, Jenny Craig? I guess it's kind of funny.
No, Richard Jenny. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he was actually really funny.
It always makes me wonder why comedians are so depressed. Because...
Yeah, that's one of the biggest professions for suicide.
Farley.
Yeah, it's...
Farley, yeah.
Farley.
Yeah?
Actually, a lot of the bigger comedians, because John Candy's dead too, I think. Isn't he? John Candy?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Louis Anderson's dead. All the fat comedians. The only one that's left is Gabriel Iglesias.
And he's freaking
Which we
hilarious.
mentioned before. Gabriel, if you want to be on the show, please, seriously, we'll all chip in and cover the flight cost. That would be astounding to hang out with you for a day. Plus all the chocolate cake you can eat.
Yeah. I would love to hang out with, like, Lewis Black and Jim Norton, because they're buddies with one another. Just hang out with them for a day, too.
You mean Louis C.K.?
Well, Louis C.K.'s buddies with them also.
Oh.
He said Lewis Black's a comedian.
I know, but I didn't know he was in that circle.
Yeah. You remember Jim Norton talking about the stripper bus that they got busted? Louis Black was with them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, but all 5 of them, Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Louis C.K., and Louis Black, all of them, just hang out with them for a day. It'd be fucking hysterical.
Jim Gaffigan. I just want him to follow me around saying, pockets, all day.
The first time I saw him, his special anyway, I didn't think it was funny at all. Seriously, I could not get into him. And then, I don't know why, but later on, I watched a different special, and I thought it was hysterical. And then I watched that first one again, and I loved it. So I don't know why I didn't like him the first time around, but I absolutely fell in love with his comedy.
See, I didn't like him when I saw him in, like, My Boys or, you know, any TV specials that he was in until I saw his stand-up, and I was just laughing, rolling on the floor. And then I went back and watched other stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. This guy's a genius.
One I got into, and I think I made all of you watch at one point or another, Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Bo Burnham.
Yeah,
he's really...
It was different, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's different. It's not entirely, like, conventional. It's almost skit comedy. But a lot of it's, like, really intelligent and, like, well thought out, and there's, like, you know, an underlining meaning or truth under what he's doing. So it's satire and comedy, but he's also, like, conveying a message. Mm-hmm. Like the one about the through God's eyes or from the perspective of God. I can't remember what the name of the little song skit thing actually is, but it's actually, you know, it's a really good thing. And he's being funny, but he's also making a point. Mm. So I really get into him. I like a lot of intelligent comedy like that. Like, I don't do stupid, funny, and fart jokes. It's why I hate Will Ferrell. But when you get into stuff like that that's just a lot more intelligent, then that's really kind of my shtick.
Well, but, I mean, some of those are okay. Like, Nick Swartzen is that way. I mean, not the intelligent
I was never big
one.
into him either.
No, really?
No.
I think he's hilarious.
He's funny in movies, but then it's kind of like he's gotten the same over the years, and it's just not funny anymore. And I never liked to stand up.
I don't like him. I don't like
I liked him in his early
Ben
years
Stiller,
in his Adam Sandler movies, but not
don't
anymore.
like Vince Vaughn. I don't like a lot of those.
No, I can't. Really
those aren't stand-up comedians, but still.
Yeah.
I don't like Signs, but no part of that was funny, or entertaining, or even a movie. It was just shit on the screen.
Signs, I love you, you're a great movie. I want to watch you every day, but I have some things I have to do, like pay my bills and wipe my butt from all the poo that comes up when I love my Signs.